What's up guys, Jivan back with another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing your fights and trying to figure out what you could have done better to not take any damage in the fights. Please consider using code JivanTV if you've been liking the content, and without further ado, let's hop into it. In the first fight here, my man slips a ramp through this guy's wall and then does a wide edit mongrel. Now I think you can see this coming. The one thing you could have done differently is do the mongrel edit a little bit more optimal. Ramp through wall, window. Just like that. That's how you could have done that better there. This next clip was mad clean. The only thing is, it was a major 50-50, especially since you only got that 30 health advantage to start the fight. What you could have done differently was try to get piece through the window and then set up a safer peek once you get the full piece. So you get it just like this. Get the full piece just like that, or you could even do it from down here, just like this. And then he might try to go over you there, but then you have him completely full box and you can just get all of the peaks. You see what I mean? This next clip is from a guy who's literally building like he's phase sway. He literally blocks every single angle in his retakes. I know that he sits in these 1v1s all the time, the way he is just protecting everything. It's mad clean. The only thing is the finish to the fight. Total 50-50, you know, he even got a shot off. If he would have maxed you, it would have been a loss, but clean retakes nonetheless. So something I've been trying to do when I get in a situation like that, like you got the piece over this. You're completely exposed. Even though you get them full box and that's to your advantage, like this is such an awkward situation to be in. So there's two things you can do. You can either edit it like this and use this as a peak right here. Another thing you could do is flip the ramp like this, and then you just have a perfect peak setup. So even if you get the piece like this at first, just flip your ramp and then you have a peak setup here. It's a good habit to get in. You could even do it through a window just like that. Okay, so first off, to start this fight, you are just crazy for trying to go for a pre-edit play in solos. All I'm going to say, you're so weird for that. Eventually, you call it off, so I respect that. I respect that. The biggest thing that I noticed throughout this fight is that you're using your shotgun to really aggress the enemy, which is good, but the only thing is, there were a couple times where if he would have edited on you, you had no ammo in your SMG or your auto, so you just got to make sure you're really reloading your guns if you're going to use them to aggress that much. This guy just kept on running and never really tried to fight you, so you did a good job just keeping the pressure on, which is exactly what you should do when they never stop running. Looks like you end up getting third-partied here, and you started the fight really good with a nice little chip damage shot. Later on in the fight, you're pressuring his tops, and I like the way you take the floor without ever editing the cone, just to surprise him. And then throughout the fight, you're just doing a great job keeping the pressure on with your SMG, so all around the second fight was played really well also. So in the next fight here, you do a really good job getting this piece on the opponent, but the one thing that you messed up on was the peek. And now this is something that's pretty hard to get down, I'm not gonna lie. Getting this triangle edit to the point where when you confirm the edit, you're not peeking at all. Like, if you're peeking even a little bit, they can pre-fire you, and your head is going to be the thing that's peeking. So it's so important to get in the habit of really getting behind your edit, really like waiting to confirm that edit until you're behind. You edited and then moved to the side, and that's something I used to do as well. But I try to move to the side and then confirm the edit. You see what I mean? I don't release it until I'm all the way off to the side. Great habit to get in. And this one is just like nice little clean edit course into a max pump. The one thing I'll say, like that was a clean clip, but the one thing I'll say is maybe after you do that pump, you know, you do the pump here, go for the cone flip up, because then it's like, okay, not only did he hit a max pump, he's also playing optimal. He's protecting his angles after the pump. So this next clip right here is one of those situations where you have a health advantage, but you just make an unoptimal edit. Situation, you did this edit, like wide open, like the edit that you should really hardly ever do, when you could have simply done this one, set up a peak. Like, he was holding his pump out, so as soon as you make this edit, it's just over for you. So even a window here, just like peek through the window, boop, 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 could have saved your life there. And that's such a hard habit to get in, doing those type of edits, but that's why every single day to start the day, I'm hopping into Raiders Mech Map, where I am right now. I go into the peak course, and I just do optimal peaks on repeat. I can do it first try every time, but just that daily mental training is going to get me to the point where I never make an unoptimal edit. So next fight here, you get your enemy coned, which is perfect. I love that. The one thing is, anytime I get an enemy cone like you did in this situation, and I'm running over to edit that cone, I always try to place a floor before confirming the edit. That way, you know, he blocked your first shot with that floor. You could have gotten the health advantage sooner and never risked taking a 50-50 with the SMG. So this next clip I'm assuming is from a solo console cash cup endgame, and this man was fragging, just getting in boxes. But we're gonna skip straight to the end of this game right here in the last moving zone. It's an absolute stacker and you have so many mats. What I would be doing in this situation is getting all the way to the front edge of this zone. You have max mats, so you can full build this entire endgame, and then the refreshes are just going to be coming to you left and right. But if you ever fall back on this back edge, like, you're putting yourself in a bad position that you don't need to be in because you have max mats. If you would have stayed on the front edge here and had an entire full tarp with those mats, people would just be walking up on next to your box with 0 builds and you just have free kills through window peeks. This next clip is from a late game cup, and he was wondering like what he could have done differently, because he tried to wait for somebody else to use movement and then he would just reuse it. But one of the things is, like, you can't rely on other people for your rotates all the time. You got to make sure that you're scouting a rotate that you know is going to work. You can kind of stagger and wait to see if somebody uses some movement, but you can't rely on it. So have a backup plan. In this situation, you get caught way on the back edge here and it's just super not looking good for you. So in this clip, Mist is pressuring this guy's wall. He already got the health advantage from this nice side peek. When he's pressuring the wall here, the guy has nothing in his box, so something you could have done is either try to phase a ramp in before going for the wall take. A lot of times I go for the cone or ramp first, and that pushes them out of side, and then you have a free pre-box. I mean, this was like perfect fight. You didn't take any damage, so GG's, bro. So in the next fight, my guy is just literally using a harpoon to slay out here. Right hand peek was a little bit exposed, but hey, we'll give it to you. You got to kill with a harpoon. I can't do that. This next fight is from a console player who's an absolute demon. This first peek from below is perfect. As soon as he takes the peek shot, he places a wall. That's how you do an optimal peek from below. After that, the enemy gets a double edit on him and he goes for a mantle play, which completely throws him off guard. The only thing is he gets in his box here and it's a 50-50 situation. But honestly, like, he could have won that a lot sooner if he hit heavier pumps. I think that was a really good fight. The only thing you really could have done is when he was in your box, I think you had this sidewall, so you could have gone like this. Not like that, but here, let me try this again. Could have gone like this. But honestly, like, that was just unfortunate. You only hit like 30s. You should have had him way sooner, so good fight, good fight. In this next fight, he gets a nice little health advantage from this peek from below. The only thing is, when doing that peek from below, you could have done it a little bit more optimal, but it's a hard peek to do. So it was like this, you were set up like this, get the cone over top of him. If you like crouch beneath this, like I said, it's a hard peek to do, honestly. You could have also done it through a window, get the cone, peek like that. That's a little bit easier to do. That's usually my go-to, just like that right there. Ew, yo, that clip was nasty, bro. Good stuff, good stuff. The optimal piece with the optimal peek. I love that. Mr. Mastercat just popped off with this double kill here, bro. The last peek through the window was a little bit sketch. That dude could have easily pumped you, but the first few peeks were fire and the piece control was fire. Great stuff, bro. This next fight, you had some clean retakes, blocking your angles. This is the one place where you kind of went wrong with blocking your angles. He could have easily come in on your left side there, but it was really good nonetheless. And then the way you finished it, I kind of like that. I'm not gonna lie, with the little ramp edit with the jump over top of him. If you would have hit the shot there, that would have been nice. But yeah, guys, hope this helps you guys out. The biggest thing I noticed in the Fortnite community, bro, like as a whole, is just people needing to stop doing these wide edits, start doing optimals. Everybody that sends me optimal edits and the next time I do this is getting a big old high five, bro. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.